Okay, so here's the second video to the programming the EMB1061 using MicroVision. Uh, this is where we left off on the last video. We have a blinking LED. We have the basics here, and now we're gonna enable Bluetooth on the device to be able to see it on the phone, and we'll be able to see it on the computer as well. It won't do anything other than advertise the name. That will be for the future videos to add some functionality where data can be exchanged between devices. So in this video, we're just gonna make it advertise the name. So let's get to it. So the first thing we need to do is include a few more headers. BlueNRG 1. The first one is the sys control, control.h, and then the BlueNRG 1, the stack, BlueNRG 1, the API, and then we're also going to include this one's misspelled, NRG, the string header, because we're going to be using memory functions, and we also need one more file we don't have yet, but we're going to add it right now. Include this will be ble config.h. So this is the configuration of the radio, and for that we need the wizard that is provided on the SDK from SD microcontrollers, and the wizard looks like this. So it's going to ask you a series of questions, pretty much asking you how many attributes you're going to have. Does it have over the air? Is this the maximum attributes, number of services? It's a whole lot of stuff, right? We're not going to use any of that right now. We're just going to select all defaults, go next, next, next until it gives us the file we want. We're going to name it BLE, save it, and then we are going to save it on our include file of our project EMB1061-1. So right there, it puts an underscore config.h automatically based on the name you gave it here. So we're gonna say save. That's it. We don't need it anymore. Let's go open that file, see what it has. So here's the file. The first thing we're gonna do is disable this line because we're not using over the air updates. And then we're gonna go on line 80 here, and we're just gonna increase the size of the database by 23 bytes. The size here is a calculation of how many services you're gonna have, characteristics, how big the byte packets that you're gonna be exchanging. So it's a whole calculation that you have to take into account. The wizard takes care of that if you fill in the blanks for every question that is given you, or you can calculate it yourself. You can read the documentation. It's a little bit convoluted, but once you get the hang of it, it's pretty simple. We're just going to add 23 because the name we're going to advertise can be up to 23 bytes. So we're going to save this, go back to main, and this, you can see now it validated this, so we're good to go. So now let's create a couple of function definitions. The first one will be the init device, and the second one will be the uptake, the one that's going to advertise the name for us. And then we're going to set a couple of global variables. One will be address. This one's going to be 11 bytes. It's going to be predefined, and we're just going to predefine it to ones. So that's 5, 6. And on the last one, we're just going to put 12. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we need to define the advertising name. This one's going to be 23 bytes. We're not going to define it. On this one, we are going to be initializing the stack using this variable that is already defined for us. So we'll copy that, come back to main, And here we'll say BlueNRG stack initialization. This one here, that one. And then we can call our init device, which we don't have yet. We just have the declarations. And inside this one, we're gonna set it to 100, so it doesn't wait for a full second. And then we're gonna have the that's not what I wanted. The BT LE stack tick, and then right after that we'll have our own app tick. Keep typing different keys. Okay, so now we can go define these two functions. We'll go at the bottom. Okay, we'll just return a 0 on this one, and then we'll start defining the internals of whatever that one's going to do. So let me make this a little bit bigger right here. So we need 3 handles, 16 bits long, and 16, and this one for service. The other one is for characteristic name, and then the characteristic appearance. There. We also need to assign the name or the value to this AV name or advertising name. So we'll just define an A-bit temp variable, and we'll assign to whatever name we're gonna advertise. This will be my Bluetooth device. So this is what nearby devices are gonna see, and then we'll use mem copy to copy into this name. We're gonna copy temp and whatever the size of temp. Okay, put some space so it goes back to the top. The next thing is let's define this. This will be writing the configuration data, so we'll use ACI HAL write config data, and the data will be first is the offset will be at the beginning, so it's a 0. The size of the address we define at the top, and then the address. Right, so we're specifying our unique address or unique ID, if you will. Set text power, so we're going to specify the power 4. And then we're going to initialize GAT. And then ACI, is it gap or GAT? Gap. We're going to initialize this. And this one takes a lot of stuff. So let's set the roll to 1. Don't remember exactly what it is, but it's a 1 for this example. 0. Then we have the device name, character length, and then the service. And there's some other ones to the right that you can see. But so here we'll say the size of advertising name, and then the H service, and then H character name, and then H character appearance. And after that will be the size of, I can't see it. Let me go to the next line. So size of the advertising name, and then the advertising name. Okay. The last function is CI. This is GAT, and this is the update character value, the extended one. And this one has was that the handle to notify is 0, and then the service, and then the characteristics name or handle to that one, 0, size of advertising name, 0, size of, you can see it again, size of advertising name, and then the advertising name. Okay, so that will do for this function. The other one's a little bit shorter than this one, and a little bit simpler as well. So we're going to start by just setting a data packet, call it M data, and this one is going to be the size of 5 plus whatever the size of advertising name. Square bracket, yeah. And I forgot what this is, what I'm going to do right now, so you can go look at the documentation on how to define this Bluetooth stuff. But first it's a 2, and then it's a 0A, I think is the value, the text power value, and then a 0. So those are the 2 bytes. This is the important one. So this is where we're going to advertise. So the way this works, I'm going to specify the size of the next. So this is one packet, right? So it's saying the next packet is 2 bytes. So 1 and 2 bytes. And I believe so. So the first one is how many bytes follow for the complete packet. The second one is the type of data you're going to be receiving after this identifier. I believe this is text power, and the transmission power. And transmission power is 0. And this one here is going to be the names, right? So now we need to specify how many bytes. Just like here, we have to specify how many bytes. So it's going to be the size of advertising data plus 1. And that is because now we're going to say that the next packet is a 9, meaning that is the full name, advertising name, and then the name follows after that. Now we're not going to put the name because the name is supposed to be updatable on the fly. So every time this function is called, if this thing is updated somewhere, anywhere in the code, it'll pick up the new name. All right. So with that, that means that we can just simply use memcopy here and copy mdata, and we're gonna copy into mdata, right? So we're gonna populate this data here. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bytes. We need to move forward, so we'll put 5, and then we're gonna move the data in, which is the advertising name. It's gonna be the size of the advertising name. And that will do. All right, so so the next thing would be to define the scan response. So HCI set scan response data, right? And that will be the size of M data, and it will be M data. HCI gap set discoverable. So make sure it's visible. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I think it was. And then we have the size of the advertising name. By the way, this ones do have meaning. We're not going to use it here. I don't remember what it is. It doesn't really matter for this example. So let's move on. So is the size and then the name 0, null 0, 0. And then the last one will be the ACI gap update advertising data. I don't remember which of the two is either this one or this one require for Android devices to see the name. Otherwise, only Apple devices will see it, but with both of them will see it. So it's the same thing as the other one above. So size of M data and M data. Okay, that's it. There's an error here. Too many arguments. Oh, I'll remove that. Let's compile. There's one error. Too many arguments somewhere else too. On this one. On the get init. Oh, I added way too many. I added the same. I added this for the second function. Doesn't go there. All right, let's compile again. Let's see if we have success. And we don't have any errors anymore, so we are going to download it to the phone. So let me enable the camera. There it is. So we are going to be able to see it here. Not yet, haven't downloaded the application, so it's not there yet. So let me download. And we'll refresh. There it is. My Bluetooth device. And it connects, but there's nothing there, right? So it doesn't do anything. So we should be also able to see it on the computer. Let me go to my Bluetooth devices. And let me bring it up here. Bluetooth devices. And there it is, my Bluetooth device. So that works. So that's pretty much it. So on the next video, I will add services and characteristics so data can be exchanged between devices, either the phone and the device, or the computer and the device, or we'll see what we can do. But right now, it doesn't have any interface other than an advertised name. And obviously, if you change this, it will update the name as well. So if I say Super Dave, and let me move this over. Well, I'll move it over in a minute. Let me first compile, and we'll see if it updates on the computer on the fly. Well, I don't know if it's going to update on the fly, but so there's my Bluetooth device, and you can see it's downloading. So let's see. There you go, Super Dave. So it works. That's it. Enjoy.